This is 11 o'clock on Monday. Kennan's been here for like 15 hours. And the car we think is done. 3 more attempts to get those stupid hoses in, where those O-rings and the thermostat housing meet. We've got a mess to clean up now, but we'll get there. That's close. You're good. Just made it. Yeah, just kind of brutal. You know, it ended up being a month that thing's been down for valve cover gaskets and thermostat, and no, we didn't work on it every day. He works Monday through Friday, and so do I in here, and too many weekends too. But now we're gonna go home and get some freaking in and out, which is gonna be awesome. This needs a idle actuator. I pulled some more codes today in the ISTA. The fogging sensor I learned today is a separate sensor to the RLS, located just below the RLS, and that code's been there ever since this windshield was installed. So my guess is that's part of the windshield, and that's probably just a bad one. So this windshield's got a bunch of little chips in it, and then one that could crack and get bigger. So it'll get a new windshield eventually, which hopefully fixes that, though it's totally irrelevant. In other news today, I cleaned the steering angle sensor in the black car with Deoxit, put it all back together, still doesn't work. So we know we need a new SCM or SCL or whatever that is module, which is going to be super expensive. They're about 600 bucks new. I can get a new one or a used one for 250, but then it's got to be coated, so that kind of blows. Got a bad rear right wheel speed sensor, so I took that apart today, put a voltmeter on it. We get an open line. This one reads a certain number of ohms that's in spec, so I ordered one of those. Seatbelt light and airbag light are on for occupancy sensor mat in the passenger seat, so I ordered one of those. It is never ending with these BMWs, which I guess is great for my business, right? Still need to verify the oil level. Dumbest thing in the world, it's got to be fully warm before we'll let you do that, because no dipstick apparently is a good idea. I want this car driving without lights before I put that back together, though I did put back together the front left fender liner today and wheel, so that's progressive. Ready to eat some dinner?
Yes, I want it on the record though, I couldn't have done any of this without Ryan, so I'm extremely grateful for you and for the shop and for you putting in those 10mm bolts. We couldn't get
Of course. I would say it was my pleasure, but not much of it was pleasurable, so that's tomorrow's problem. You can just get up early and come up and clean it up, all right?
Sure thing.